Hello and welcome to your monthly Daily Express weather update, which today comes from a slightly windy Met Office headquarters here in Exeter. Now, I should start by saying that this time last month we said that March was going to be a particularly cold month. Lots of snow, cold easterly winds, and as I stand here shivering in the first week of April, I think we can probably say we were spot on with that. Easter weekend again has been an exceptionally cold Easter weekend. The coldest weekend on record, actually, with minus 12.5 being recorded in Braemar in Scotland over the weekend, and some snow on Saturday afternoon, which meant that bookies had to pay out after the weekend. So a very, very cold Easter weekend. Now, what has been responsible for this very cold weather? Well, there are two things to explain this. First of all, it's a simple case of this is just the weather we get in the United Kingdom. Although it's unpleasant, it's not that unusual to see the very cold weather that we've been having. In fact, you're more likely to see a white Easter than you are to see a white Christmas. But there's also been the involvement of the jet stream. Now, the jet stream is a thin ribbon of air which circulates around the globe, and depending on how far north or how far south the jet stream is, dictates whether we get colder winds into the UK from Eastern Europe or warmer winds in from the continent. Now, the jet stream has been positioned slightly further south than we'd expect at this time of year over North Africa, and that's buffered any warmer air coming into the UK and allowed those cold easterly winds to move in from Eastern Europe. This is going to change though. The jet stream is going to move gradually back into position, making it slightly warmer, but that is going to take some time. It could be the end of the month before we see any real turnaround. So the good news is it is going to change. The bad news is it's not going to change for quite some time. Into the first week in April, or this next coming week, it's still going to be very cold with temperatures quite below average for the time of year, brisk easterly winds making it feel much colder than the actual real temperatures. Into the rest of April, after next week, it's going to turn slightly milder, but that's going to bring some wetter and windier weather. Even though it's going to turn slightly warmer, that's going to bring the wetter and windier weather. It's not going to be quite so dry. A snippet of good news, and that is I've been speaking to Brent Walker, who's Deputy Chief Forecaster here at the Met Office, and he explained because of the time of year, the days are actually going to be that much longer. The daylight is that much stronger. So even though it's going to be cold, it's not going to be quite as biting, quite as cutting as it has been. So when it does eventually arrive, there's a chance that spring could bring a bit of a turnaround with some warmer weather on the way from the first week in May. Long-range weather data suggests that when you get an extended period of cold weather, such as we've seen at the end of March, it can sometimes be followed by a period of much warmer weather. So although it's far too early to start cracking out the sun cream just yet, fingers crossed it could improve by late spring, early summer. I'll be back this time next month, back in London from the Express. But for now, from the Met Office headquarters, this has been your Daily Express weather update.